As part of the celebrations for Celtic's 125th year, Celtic Charity launched their 125 for 125 campaign. The thinking behind this initiative was to ask supporters around the world to raise £125 each. As you can imagine, there have been many original projects to raise funds, and one of those is taking place tomorrow night at Celtic Park. The Lions Roar Again is an evening dedicated to the celebration of the greatest day in Celtic's history, with a match footage, question and answer session with the Lisbon Lions and the European Cup on display. One of the organisers, Mark Cameron, sat down with Jerry McDade and told him all about it.
Mark, tell me, what is the Lions Roar Again event?
It's a Celtic Charity function being held in the Kerrydale this coming Friday. And basically the format to the night is that the Lions will be there looking back on the magnificent night in Lisbon, 67, and they'll be providing their thoughts and their opinions on what actually happened that night. So it'll be a unique opportunity for the supporters to get an insight into what really went on that night in Lisbon.
Now this is part of the overall Celtic Charity 125 for 125 initiative, isn't it?
It is indeed. This is the first major initiative from the Fans Committee for the 125 for 125 Celtic Charity Fund campaign for the 125th year, where we're encouraging supporters to get involved in the work of Celtic Charity and raise some funds.
Where did this particular idea come from?
It stemmed from an idea we had several months ago, looking at what we could do to engage the supporters in the work of Celtic Charity, and it evolved because we wanted to do something particularly unique to launch the 125 campaign, and we thought there wasn't a better way of doing that than involve our greatest team and get an insight into the way that they were thinking that night in Lisbon.
And what will the audience be partial to on the night? What will they be seeing?
What they'll see on the night is they'll see footage from the games leading up to Lisbon and comments and input from the players on each game, and then there'll be footage from Lisbon with the comments again from the players as they came out the tunnel, what they felt, what it was like on the park, why they made a particular pass, why they didn't make a particular pass in some cases, and what it was like at each of the key moments in that game. And obviously at the end we will ask them their thoughts and their opinions on what the celebrations were like and what it was like to be a Celtic supporter, putting on that green and white jersey and lifting that cup in Lisbon.
You understand, of course, if you ask Bertie Auld a question, you don't get the microphone back for half an hour?
Yes, we are aware of that. We'll try and keep Bertie till the end, I think.
Wait a minute, Charlie, a minute. Oh. Archie, there are only 2 prizes, son. All right, slow down.
And can you get your photograph taken with the European Cup?
There will be an opportunity during the course of the night for all the fans to get their photograph taken with the European Cup, and hopefully some of the players there as well.
It's clearly caught the imagination of the Celtic supporters. It's a sellout.
Exactly. Tickets were sold out within 7 days, which is pretty fantastic. Full house in the Kerrydale suite. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic night, and we're hoping that the fans who come along on the night will also get an insight into the work of Celtic Charity and hopefully sign up for 125 for 125.
Would you anticipate doing a similar event again?
There is talk that we may hold a further show later on in the season, and we're working on that just now.
From a personal point of view, Mark, this isn't your first involvement in 125 for 125. You've been doing other things this year, haven't you?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be part of the Ballymote to Paradise cycle back in November. We left immediately after the Barcelona victory here at Celtic Park and travelled over to Ireland, and then we cycled back in time for the St Johnstone game the following Sunday. So it was a great opportunity to engage with the Irish supporters over there, meet the Cairns family, and they were absolutely amazed at the gratitude and thoughts that we still have for brother Wilfred after all these years.
Celtic Charity is a fairly unique institution with this club, isn't it?
It's an integral part of the club. It's as important as the Lions, as all the other major achievements that this club has made. The work of Celtic Charity is truly unique, and it is fundamental to the future of this club.